I'm going to tell you how I improved my English in 2 months. It took me 2 months to become a fluent English speaker. I'm a fluent English speaker now. And how did I become a fluent English speaker? It's not overnight success. It took me 2 months. It took me 60 days to master the fluency and sound more like Americans, natives, right? I'm not sounding like Indians. Because I have, poured in efforts. I'm going to tell you the exact technique that I used, and turn out to be the fluent English speaker. There's no shortcut. Remember one thing: there's no shortcut to fluency. You can become a fluent speaker if you follow the right track, if you have a roadmap, if you're working under the right guidance. Only then you can become a fluent English speaker. There's no other way to reach the fluency goals. I'm going to share my fluency journey with you. I expect this journey will actually inspire you to be a fluent English speaker, transform your life speaking skills, and leverage your communication skills and close deals internationally. If you're a freelancer, web developer, or any skill you have and you want to sell it online, you need to have good communication and persuasive skills to close the deals with international clients. Number one, start watching movies, start consuming English content. Because once you start consuming content, you're feeding your brain, you're feeding yourself with good things, right? And when you're feeding yourself with good things, automatically that thing will come out at its own. When you're speaking and when you're in a gathering, imagine yourself in a gathering and you aren't getting right content because you haven't consumed anything, any appropriate and good thing in your life ever. And how is it possible for you or anybody, just as imagine, to get good content if you're and in a case two, you have watched 50 hours, you have done 50 hours of listening, and after 50 hours of listening, it's not off, it's of, and after 50 hours of listening, you come up and you show up in a gathering and people are speaking to each other in English and you start expressing ideas in English, right? You become a fluent speaker. You're expressing ideas fluently and using good vocabulary, idioms, idiomatic expressions, and accents. Your tonality sound system is at its place and you're speaking a perfect English. It could only be possible if you consume good content. Without the consumption of good content, nothing is possible, right? And remember one thing: you can't learn language, you can't master language by memorizing the stuff, memorizing vocabulary and idiomatic expressions. You With this conventional and so-called impressive technique, you can master language. Research says if you want to master a language, start acquiring a language. You can acquire a language. The language acquisition occurs. It do happen, and only then you can master a language, whether it's English, Hindi, Pashto, Punjabi, Urdu, Saraiki, Portuguese. I guess it's a language. German, Chinese. These language could only be mastered by acquisition. When you properly feed yourself with their content, when you adapt yourself in those environments, and you have to create that space, whether it's a physical space or it's a virtual space. You have to create that space for you, for the sake of learnings. If you aren't creating a space, you aren't improving at all. You want to improve. If you want to improve, you have to create that space for you. It could be online communities, it could be the Facebook groups, connecting with right people, right? Connecting and speaking to people who are good at expressing their inner thoughts and expressions and emotions in English, right? And if you're taking good notes, when you're taking good notes, you have everything, you have all content. And when you're interacting and listening to good content, your listening is improving, understanding and accent pronunciation, everything fall in its place and you become a fluent English speaker. That's the only way, the tested and tried trick to acquire a language. So I didn't mention anywhere to memorize vocabulary, idioms, expressions, anything. I just asked you to, listen to good content. Once you start listening good content, you start mastering it. And this whole process is called language acquisition. Only this trick works to master a language. You can't memorize and go through all stuff because it's unlimited. How many words could you memorize your whole life? For instance, 10,000 words, 1 lakh words. You memorize 1 lakh words your whole life. But language is far beyond 1 lakh words. It's far beyond. Remember, you can't memorize the things, especially language. You can only acquire language. You can't rote. You can't regurgitate. You can only acquire a language. You can't memorize stuff because enough is always, it has a limit. If you're memorizing something, you wrote 10,000 words. What's the limit? 10,000 is the limit of your vocabulary. If you're recording things, there's no limit, it's limitless. You're feeding your brain with right content will come at right time. Words will start jumping off your mouth. This is proven technique to be articulate and master spoken English. I hope this video would have helped you a lot in understanding how to acquire a language, how to become fluent English speaker. And this is how I became a fluent English speaker in just 2 months. And then I started teaching English. Now experience, I hold 3 years of teaching experience. I'm the freelance English teacher on Preply. I'm Preply certified teacher, and I've been teaching on Fiverr. I've been working with international clients, and I have my own online institute. I teach there, and this is how I learned this skill in just 2 months. If I can do it, then you can. Good luck.